Take a look at your hair. Now tell me something. If what you're seeing is inevitable, why do some people reach their 60s and 70s with dark hair, without dye or expensive treatments? It's not just good genetics, it's not a mystery. It's something they've been doing or eating for decades, and something most of us in the West have never learned to do. Today I'm going to show you what's happening inside your body when your hair loses its color, and a simple daily habit that can change this process from the root. Stick around until the end, because there's a detail in the protocol that almost everyone overlooks. And it's exactly this detail that determines whether it works or not. For years, we've been taught that gray hair is a cosmetic problem, something you cover up and that's it. The industry has built a billion-dollar business on this idea. Products that hide the symptom while ensuring the problem keeps getting worse. And you, the loyal customer, stay that way forever. I'm not saying that hair dye is the enemy. I'm saying they never told you there's another option. Because when you understand what's causing the loss of pigmentation, truly, biologically, you realize that the path to changing this begins long before the mirror. It begins with what you put on your plate. Let's look at what's happening right now inside your scalp. At the base of each hair follicle, there are cells called melanocytes. They have one job: to produce melanin, the pigment that gives your hair its color. To do this job, they need three essential ingredients: copper, a mineral, an amino acid called tyrosine, and an enzyme called tyrosinase. When any of these three elements is missing, the follicle continues to produce hair, but it produces it without color. That is exactly what a white hair is. It's not cell death, it's a lack of pigment. And now comes the part that few people know. This process doesn't just deteriorate with age. It deteriorates because of free radicals, compounds that accumulate in the body due to chronic stress, poor sleep, and ultra-processed foods. These radicals attack the melanocytes directly. They damage the cells, reduce enzyme production, and little by little erase the color. That's why many people notice that gray hairs appear faster during difficult times. It's no coincidence, it's pure biology. And the most common mistake is trying to solve this from the outside in, with products that cover what you see, while on the inside, the process continues unabated. Black sesame. In China, Japan, and India, this food has been part of the daily diet for millennia, and for good reason. The cultures that have best preserved naturally dark hair into old age have one thing in common: the regular consumption of black sesame. It wasn't magic, it was biochemistry they were applying without knowing it. Black sesame is one of the most concentrated sources of bioavailable copper found in nature, the same mineral that activates tyrosinase, the enzyme responsible for converting tyrosine into melanin. In addition, it contains very potent antioxidant compounds, sesamin and sesamolin. Studies on hair pigmentation show that these compounds have a real protective effect on melanocytes, shielding them from free radical damage. But there's more. Black sesame also provides magnesium, zinc, essential fatty acids, and high-quality plant protein. It doesn't just address one aspect of the problem, it addresses the internal environment that melanocytes need to function properly. That's why it strengthens the follicle, reduces hair loss, and enhances shine. And over time, with consistent use, many people begin to notice that new hair, growing near the root, starts to appear darker. It's not an instant reversal, it's a gradual restoration. It's the body getting what it needed and starting to respond. Now for the protocol: how to use black sesame seeds to get real results, not just theory. Step 1. Choose the right form. Use whole, raw black sesame seeds or pure paste with no additives. Both forms preserve the active compounds. Avoid white sesame for this purpose. Black sesame has a significantly higher concentration of antioxidants and available copper. Step 2. The amount and frequency. 1 tablespoon of seeds per day, every day. You can add them to plain yogurt, mix them into a salad, include them in a smoothie, or simply add them to your breakfast. If you prefer the paste, half a tablespoon is enough. The secret lies in consistency. Not 3 days a week. Every day without fail for at least 8 weeks. Step 3. The detail that almost no one mentions, and that changes everything. Consume black sesame seeds along with a small source of vitamin C. Half a glass of fresh orange juice, a kiwi, or any fresh citrus fruit. Vitamin C enhances copper absorption and amplifies the antioxidant effect. Without it, a significant portion of the benefits is simply wasted. This is the step most people skip, and it's precisely what determines whether the protocol works or not. Step 4. Give the process time. The body needs to replenish its reserves. Melanocytes need time to recover their capacity. Don't judge the results after 2 weeks. Commit to 2 months of consistent use before drawing any conclusions. In the first few days, many people notice more energy and a general sense of well-being, because sesame nourishes far beyond just the hair. In the second and third weeks, you'll see less hair loss and more shine. And over the course of the month, for those who stick with the routine, the new hair that grows in begins to show a difference. Protocol summary: 1 tablespoon of raw black sesame seeds plus vitamin C daily for at least 8 consecutive weeks. I want to be upfront with you about what this protocol is and isn't. It's not a miracle cure. It doesn't instantly reverse hair that turned gray years ago. That would be a false promise, and you deserve the truth. What it does is restore the internal conditions the body needs for melanocytes to function properly again. The follicles that are still active receive the nutrients they were lacking, and over time, new hair that grows has a better chance of retaining pigment. Think of it this way. You didn't get gray hair in a week. The process took years, built up by nutritional deficiencies and accumulated stress. Restoration also takes time, but it's time you spend doing something truly good for your body, not masking symptoms, treating causes. And that, unlike dye, has only positive side effects. If what you've read here resonated with you, tell me in the comments, at what age did you notice your first gray hairs? I've been reading every response, and the variety of stories always surprises me. And if you know someone who's looking for a more natural approach to this process, share this video. It might be exactly what that person was hoping to find. Here, we continue to explore what nature has already figured out, and what modern science is often only now beginning to confirm. Sometimes the solution to a problem that has been developing for years is much simpler than we imagine. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be consistent. Black sesame seeds, 1 tablespoon a day, along with vitamin C, for 8 weeks. Let's see what your body is capable of when you give it what it needs. Until the next video.